So if we kind of this is the timeline that we're in. We have a 6-second timeline. So anywhere along this timeline, we can kind of make some motions. So really the question is, what do I want to do within this time? That is the question, right? So, okay, so the way we first start doing some motion is it all starts when you start doing puppet manipulation. It all starts up here with this little pin icon, the puppet pin tool. Okay, so click on the pin, and what you do is you need to go to we need to decide what's the first thing we're going to start to animate. And maybe we can start with this arm right here. So that is, we'll find this by clicking the eye. Okay, so that's the left arm. And I know that seems weird because we're facing him and that's on the right side, but to him, that's his left arm. All right. So this is his left arm. So we're going to do pins in a couple of areas. And when you start to pin, you need to think about the areas to where things are jointed, obviously. So obviously, you know, we need a shoulder. That's an anchor. We need maybe a, you know, the elbow, and then, you know, the wrist or the hand. You know, that could be, so we need a series of maybe that. So there'll be one right there, and I'm going to zoom in so you can see what's going on. There'll be one right there, maybe one right here, and maybe one right there. So I use the pin, and I just pinned in 3 spots. Now, when you do that, you'll notice there'll be this triangular grid that's kind of webbed over the graphic. Okay? Now, if you don't see that, go up here, and there's a little mesh. It might say show. Now you see it? Good. Or unshow. But that's how I like to see the mesh, just so I can see, you know, how much detail it's putting into the graphic. Okay. Now, let's not start dragging and moving yet. We're just establishing pins. That's kind of the same as establishing keyframes. We've just established some keyframes. Now, let's move our time indicator forward a little bit. Now, let's drag one of those dots and let's move it. Okay? See, now we're starting to kind of animate. Okay? And then maybe I can like click and drag the elbow a little bit. Move the time indicator to like maybe a 1 second. Remember, we're moving a long time. Uh-oh, if I move it up too far, his hand is behind his head. Well, gee, how do we fix that? That's a layer order, right? So I need to bring his left arm up above his head, right? Like that. Yeah, I'm just clicking and dragging the yellow circle. Now I need to move his mouth below left arm. So his left arm should be the highermost layer. He also has a left sleeve that actually is above his left arm. Put that above his left arm. So left sleeve is above his left arm. So if I kind of like scrub that back, I kind of see how that works. If you use your arrow and you click back on, no, I'm sorry, not the arrow, the pen tool. If you click back on the pen tool and you select the left arm, you have to get back on one of those dots. So hang on. I'm going to hit U. There. All right. So if you select the left arm and you hit the letter U, because that shows all the anchors, I'm missing terminology here. The keyframes. That shows all your keyframes. And then if you go in and you select puppet pin, one of those puppet pins, that dot is going to appear. So with that, you can go in and select any dot, and you can actually hit delete, or you can actually, well, you can't really move it because it will actually move the object. but you can, you know, yeah, you can delete it and maybe re-add another one. All right, so this is like point animation. So we can adjust points as we move our time indicator. So if I want to move this back down, you know, I kind of move, you know, his elbow out a little bit. Okay. I need some pause. I need his. Yep. Yeah, I'm actually gonna move forward a little bit. I'm actually gonna bring it back up. So I want it to stay up there a little bit, and then maybe move it a little bit more, like that. So it'll be, you know, and then maybe move it over here. And again, you can take all these keyframes, and then you see how I drug and I selected all of them, and now I'm going to hold Option, and I'm going to click the last one, and click and hold. I can actually drag out all that. So it's really going to like kind of spread that time out. So it actually makes that whole situation happen a little bit slower. Yeah. I mean, like, you know, you know? I mean, what is he doing, Aspen? What is he doing? Maybe I'll put that in my next character. Yeah. He's like vaping or something. I don't know. No, no, Buford would not vape. No. No, you're right. He'd have a cigar or something.